Good time. I got on the escalator very hastily. That's what is expected for young men my age. Get on, run up, then get off. You can never see a man in business casual just stand on the escalator. We don't have time to do that. The same goes for older men in full business attire. They get on quickly and walk up the electronic stairs. This is why I was horrified to realize that a man in a suit was just standing on the escalator, letting the electronic stairs take him up. I was only 2 steps down from him, meaning my face was exactly 18 inches from his back. I didn't even consider the possibility of climbing 1 stair up, nor could I make a step back. I was prepared to lower my pace so he could get a little ahead of me before I mimic his speed, but this man wasn't moving at all. I was forced to just stand behind him. I was too close to be comfortable and moving too slowly to make good time. That was my primary concern. I needed to make good time. If I am not put in a situation where I must make good time, I would be expected to make good time anyway. Today, however, I did need to make good time. I had carelessly left my blinds open when I rushed out the door this morning. The sun was shifting to the west side of the building, and I needed to close my blinds before direct sunlight hit my room. None of my electronics are compatible with direct sunlight. They can't handle the cold, they can't handle the hot, and these electronics can't handle direct sunlight. It was a silly way to waste my lunch break. I wish I'd just closed the blinds when I left. After the man in front of me got off the escalator, I stepped up 1 step, then off the escalator. At least if I was seen, I would give the appearance that I was trying to make good time. I've always been afraid of being perceived as a man who doesn't attempt to make good time. I was glad to see a bus out front of the building. I knew my bus wouldn't come for a few minutes. The bus out front took me to my house. It's just that it's a bus that goes out of town. As someone in the city, making good time meant standing at a bus stop before any bus came. Because I had decided to get on the out-of-town bus, I was worried how people on the bus might perceive me. It may appear that I wasn't not only making good time, but also that I was out of place on the bus. All these people are going out of town, but I wasn't. I was uncertain if I had made the right decision. Of course the out-of-town bus stops to pick people up. I just was unsure that the driver would stop to let me off. It was best I just wait for a bus stop with a person waiting to get on it. Any stop within 3 bus stops of the bus stop closest to my place would mean I'd make good time. It would be worth all the worrying if someone wanted to get on the 3 stops before or the 3 stops after the closest bus stop to my place. Then for appearance reasons, I will seem like someone who meant to catch his bus on good time, but made such good time that an opportunity to make better good time had come up. Of course, the people on and around the bus wouldn't have known to what extent my good time was without the knowledge of me being trapped behind a man in a suit who refused to use the escalator to aid his ability to make good time. That wasn't so important for them to know. I was going to make good time at least, if not better good time. There were no people at the 3 stops before my bus stop. I looked out the window though, and to my advantage, several new kids were huddled by my closest bus stop. I got up and walked to the back door. The bus stopped, and the front door opened, but the back door remained shut. Normally an electronic light turns green when the door can be opened, but it failed to turn green. I could not use the back door of the bus to get out and make good time. I'd have to try again at the next stop. I was very concerned about what the passengers on the out-of-town bus would think of me not getting off when I stood up. Then it occurred to me they would have realized I was just trying to make good time to get to the door. But what if I couldn't get off the bus at the next stop? I needed the light to turn green. I needed to pull the cord immediately after I see a person at the next stop. Again, there were new kids just waiting there. There were already a few of these kids on the bus, and I couldn't imagine what the atmosphere would be like if there were more. So I immediately pulled the cord, determined to get off the bus at the next stop. It wasn't just about good timing, it was all about the atmosphere. At the stop, I pulled the cord for I was excited using the back doors. Not only was this unintrusive, but it was also a factor of good time. I needed to make good time, and when I need to make good time, it's expected of me to make logical choices in my actions. Exit out the back door and there would be less backtracking to do. Several feet less backtracking. That would ensure the extent of the good time I was certain I would make before getting on the out-of-town bus. After getting off the out-of-town bus, I walked back to the closest bus stop, which was several feet north of my place. The bus I usually take must still have been so far south, I couldn't even see it. I knew at that point that I had made good time.